Yo, what up, dude? Hey, paranormal activity. Say, check me out. I was watching different type of videos. They wasn't really paranormal related. They was kind of like videos where it was like, man, it was old folks telling ghost stories, but it wasn't really like they didn't seem fake. That's what I'm saying. And I thought of something. I'm like, I don't think I've ever had a paranormal interaction ever in my life. Don't think I've ever had an encounter with no ghost or nothing like that. And it seemed like back then, all the old folks got all the little ghost stories and all that stuff like that. And then I had to really sit there and think about it for a second. And I'm like, is it because we got so many distractions nowadays? Is that why we don't ever motherfucking have no type of ghost interactions? Because all the ghosts, they can't get our attention because they can't really touch us. They can just move shit and all that, things of that nature. Cause like back then, brother, they ain't had no phone for real. They wasn't having the TV on 24/7. Houses, folks was living in the fucking woods. Unless you was out there in New York or Chicago, nigga. If you was in the South, nigga, you was in the woods, gangster. That's what folk, nigga. You was living somewhere rural. It wasn't really no city living for real deal. So everything was just way more creepier and scarier. Like it's kind of it's kind of interesting to think about. It's kind of interesting. Like shit. I don't know. And then I was watching that nigga Angry Grandpa. He said he had seen a ghost talking about the man in the blue suit and all that stuff like that. You don't know about AGP? Damn near you don't know about AGP. Hey, he long gone, but like that nigga is a legend, gang. That nigga is a legend. You better do your research, bro. You better do your research. That's one of them ones. Like when y'all look at Prime YouTube, y'all say DDG, Pretty Boy Fredo, which I never watched him growing up. Like never. He always seemed corny as shit to me. Prince family, the Ace family, gang. Angry Grandpa was prime. Nigga, that was prime to me, gang. That was prime. A old goon flashing, being real, talking shit, spitting. All like, come on, gang. That was prime to me, the big brother. Like, it don't get no better than that. Man, I wonder what y'all think will be prime YouTube when, cause we kind of older, but we not older. But we older than we was, if you get me. You know what I'm saying? I wonder these new generation of fellow youngins, what would be they prime? Because there's so much shit. TikTok cannot be they prime, bro. TikTok is moment to moment. Shut the fuck up, nigga. TikTok is moment to moment, my nigga. Streaming is moment to moment, my nigga. What would be the prime fucking entertainer to them? Entertainers to them. Well, they probably would say something like stream, probably like Cassinet, and they speed and shit. But like, other than them two, who gonna be they motherfucking prime? I ain't lying. I damn near don't know. Like, on some real shit, ain't nobody really standing out to me. Nobody. When I watch the tube, I be reminiscing a lot. I be watching a lot of old tubers, or I be watching some new niggas that got good shock value. That seem kind of entertaining. The newest person I've been watching on the slick, the dude named Clavacular. I ain't lying. His way of living real interesting. Like at first, it kind of threw me off because like, cuz talking about looks maxing and all that shit, and I just really think that's corny as hell. Like anybody who genuinely searched up looks maxing, and I just think you corny as shit, gang. Like, dude, it's not that hard to make yourself look better. Lose fucking weight, possibly get your teeth whiter, do something with your hair, stop looking like a fucking bum. First of all, fix your drip, fix your posture, my nigga. Nigga, walk up to more women, get shot down, so you got experiences with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking know, dude. It all starts with here. You feel me? Not the face. Well, it do start with the face first. But if you fix your body, your face will come right along with it, gang. So just lose weight, nigga. Just lose weight. It ain't that hard. But then when I was watching, gang, He talking about he pumping all these different type of clinical medicine into his body, and it kind of throw me off, big brother. Like he doing all this extra stuff, and it's just he said he been doing it since he was 14 to enhance his puberty, and I'm just like, what? You been jabbing yourself with a needle since you was a little boy? Yeah, that's a different type of mindset. That's a different type of dedication. I mean, shit, you got a slight respect, and I heard dude was up three. Up three. Nigga got in the 3 digits of bodies, and he about 19. Real deal. It's like my work, you feel me? But he cutting off some years of his life for sure, for sure. And he aging hella fast. Like, gang, you 19 and you slight look 23. That's bad. You supposed to be trying to be 19 looking 17 or some shit like that, you know? And when you hit 23, you want to look 19. When you hit 26, you want to look 23 tight. You feel me? You don't want to age too fast, big brother, because you only going to get older and uglier. You feel me? Better keep that youth while you got it, dumb nigga. But off that though, bro, I don't care about dude no more. Back to the paranormal activity. Man, I just never had no ghost encounter, but if I was to have one shit, he could have the house. He could have the house. I ain't with that shit. He could have the house, gang. If one of them ever come touch me, get out of here. Leave. Get the fuck out! You know, ever anything like that, big brother? Yeah, he got it. He got it. I'ma hand them the keys. I'ma sleep in my ride, gang. You got it, bro. Now, what if you was to move into a crib and it was a crib that you just bought, and the person never told you that the crib that you just bought is has some complications. You feel me? Y'all ever seen Insidious? I don't know which Insidious it was when that little boy was in the coma. That was the scariest Insidious to me, son. It was when that little boy was in the coma. I forgot his name, bro. And the old woman, she used her goggles and she seeing shit in the house. And the man, he had to go into a different world to go pull his little boy back and all. That was the scariest Insidious to me. You know, people say Insidious is the scariest scary movie. I truly don't think it is. I think Annabelle is the scariest scary movie. It don't matter which Annabelle. Any Annabelle where do. Y'all remember that Annabelle where she was in that apartment? Where she was in that apartment and she wrote all that blood on the wall and she was just sitting there. The marker, man, that would have threw me off. I would have burned that place to the fucking ground. I'm talking about I would have burned her ass up. I rebuked the hell out of you. I would have burned her ass to ashes, gang. To ashes, gang. Real deal. Then my sister told me one day, you know she real. And I'm just like, man, stop that bullshit. And you trying to scare me like you did with that Mary Shaw woman. Well, when I was a child, that was my scariest scary movie. Y'all know, I don't know what it's called, but it had this scary movie woman. Her name was Mary Shaw. She was a ventriloquist lady, and she had all type of dolls, and she'll cut your tongue out whenever you screamed or something like that. I forgot what it was called, but you used to be able to watch it on Netflix. It was very scary and it was just creepy as shit. Like it had a real aura to it. And I was on the couch. Me and my sister was on the couch and it was not helly dark, but like it was getting dark. It was probably around like mid-5, close to 6, you know, when daylight saving spent around that time, you feel me? And it was like getting dark, and the energy was just, it was demented and demonic and just, yeah. I wouldn't recommend no child to watch that movie, but at the same time, I would recommend a child to watch that movie, cause shit, nigga, I don't know what you can handle. You feel me? I don't know what you can take. Some kids is like my sister. They get a thrill off watching that shit. They don't get paranoid. Yeah, I got paranoid back then. I definitely did. 100%. Used to have to sleep with my mama and everything. Swear to God, if I wasn't sleeping with her, I couldn't go to sleep. I felt like shit was in the corner. I felt like something was under my bed. I felt like the moment I closed my eyes, something was gonna grab my neck and choke me out. Like, dude, it was serious behind that shit. And then when I finally go to sleep and I wake up in the morning, it'll be like relief, cause like the daytime will feel like protection. Like nighttime would feel like, yeah, they ass off the chain. They going to get me. I ain't like, they going to get my dumb ass. You feel me? Yeah, everything I said talking about I ain't scared, boy, they going to scare me. For real. And then it's like some things that you see in the shadow, like, I don't know, some of y'all eyes be kind of like making things. Like, if you look at something for too long, you'll be able to see all the little dots in your eyes and shit like that. I think that's what I used to be seeing. When I used to just be late night staring at a certain spot, it's like my eyes will start making just things that go across. I don't know. I think it was like the little dots that was inside my eyes, gang. You know what I'm talking about. You should know what I'm talking about. You don't know human anatomy. You feel me? You don't know how your body works at least slightly. You feel me? Especially if you're a woman. If you don't know how your body works at least slightly as a woman, damn near you're not a woman. You just something, you know? You something. But you ain't no woman. You something, baby. It's alright. Yeah, don't discredit yourself. Discredit your mama. She should have taught you. Real deal. She should have taught you. Hey, y'all mamas and peoples ever had the birds and the bees talk with you? Man, my mom ain't never had that talk with me. I had to teach myself everything on how to be a pimp. I swear to God. But I'm glad I did because I taught myself the best way. Yeah, I taught myself better than anybody could ever teach me because I mean, it was my method coming from my brain and it was my skill level at the time. And my skill level only advances just like in a game. Yeah, we only keep going up in skill, big brother. So it's like, damn near, it was great for me. You feel me? It was great. Yeah, definitely. And I never had to go through the awkward talk. Like, that shit is awkward as hell, bro. Definitely. That shit is hella awkward. But y'all see that little girl in that picture? It was another scary movie that I watched where it was like they had a mirror. It was like kind of one of them little Chinese scary movies. Yeah. Chinese, Japanese, Jap. It was somewhere in that location. You know, they got the creepiest scary movies because they shit really like, they got stories tied behind they shit and they got real deal evidence tied behind it. So they shit be way more eerie. You feel me? But like, it was a scary movie where it was like something was in the mirror and it was just weird as shit, gang. I don't remember all the details because it clearly wasn't that memorable, but it was memorable enough for me to bring it up because it clearly was scary, but it just wasn't scary enough for me to remember every specific detail to the exact dot, you know? Like, just didn't remember that far. Real deal. But yeah, though, gangster, like, I think life back then in the 1900s was just very quiet and everybody was like hyper focused and hyper visual. Like they was really just like they was paying attention to everything. And then like little small stories and shit, like how TikTok people get on TikTok and they talk about shit that really don't concern them, that has nothing to do with their life, but they say it anyway. That's kind of how they was doing, but it was word of mouth, you know what I'm saying? So it was like little dumbass ghost stories that don't matter to you would be entertaining because it's kind of like your TikTok. You feel me? It's kind of like your TikTok. Back then, I slight feel like they was more advanced, like in real world shit. You know, in real world shit, they was more advanced, but like mentally, they wasn't more advanced. I think we smarter. I think they had more life experiences, but I think we is smarter. Like we got more of an edge on them than they had, but they got more of like motherfucking experience. You feel me? They got more experience in living life than we had at certain ages. You know, like they'll probably be 16 and they got the life experiences of a 19-year-old. And we'll be 16 and we got the life experiences of a 15 or a 16-year-old. You know? Like we right at our age or right under. There's no anything below. You feel me? That's kind of how it is. Yeah. But do you think it's a blessing or a curse? I think it's a blessing because shit, if you can get smarter, you can you can accomplish a lot of things. Life lessons and experiences that just shows you how to move and navigate through the real world. But if you can get smarter, you can learn how to move and navigate through the real world just like anybody else can. You feel me? Just like anybody else. But I think they just, I don't know. Y'all think the people that used to drop game, like the old niggas now, is the kids of the people that I'm talking about. The millennials, the Gen Xers is who I'm talking about. You feel me? The folk that was born in 1940, 1950, 1960. 70s and up, nigga, that's your mama and daddy, gang. Real deal. Like, you gotta think about it, bro. 1950 and 60, that is 20 years, dude. Nigga, you not even 20 years old. And if you are, gang, you've been on here for 2 decades, big brother. That's a minute. That's a minute, gang. So I'm not talking about your parents. I'm talking about the 40s, 50s, and 60s. I think they was they more advanced or was they not more advanced than us? They definitely wasn't smarter. They definitely wasn't smarter. But life experiences, yeah. Which one matters more? Probably you need both of them to win. You need both of them to win. Cause you can be the smartest motherfucker in the world, but if you don't know how people think, act, move, or just their intentions, you will get fucked over. You feel me? But if you can know all that, but you just don't have any like knowledge of anything that you're talking about, you'll still get fucked over. So they kind of go hand in hand. But I still think we smarter. I still think we smarter, you know? Because it's not like we way below the level that we supposed to be at, my nigga. We right there or right under it in life experiences. And that really just depends on the type of environment you grew up in, the type of individual that you develop as mentally and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I would consider myself advanced. Without even trying to gloat in your face, gang, I would consider myself advanced because I just look at things in a way that most people don't look at it. And I think about things much deeper when it really don't need to be thought about that deeper. But it's like shit. When you talk to yourself as much as I do, damn near you kind of gotta process everything into like intimate detail because shit, the fuck, like I don't know, I just do. You feel me? I just do, gang. That's just how my mind work, big brother. Like shit, peep. I'm sitting here talking to myself right now, nigga. We 17 in. Can you sit there and speak to yourself for 17 minutes straight? Real deal, just exploring your brain? I don't think you could do it, big brother. You not that interesting, and you ain't that comfortable with yourself. You know, I'm hella comfortable with myself. I got this way from strictly isolation. Real deal. I just exposed the method. Isolation is how you get like this, brother. You know yourself inside and out, and once you know yourself inside and out, nothing can break you as a person, physically or mentally. Well, only mentally. Something can break you physically, but that's why you gotta level up physically too. You can't just stay stagnated physically but go up mentally because then it won't correlate to the people who hear you talk. You know, you'll kind of just sound like one of those NLE chopper ass niggas. Like you speak that guru ass talk, but you still kind of like you two-faced it, you know, like how you gonna diss YB but you speak and preach all of this higher level individual, all that shit like that shit don't make sense. I feel like anybody that come to the net with that preaching shit, all that God talk, I love the Lord, I do love you, I do with all my heart, don't, please, I do. Okay. Yeah, I feel like anybody that come to it with any of that God talk, any of that be better person, any of that what they did to change they, I think they're fucking frauds. And I think they're con artists. Because my nigga, why the fuck would you truly care to advance somebody else's life when you have the edge? I give zero fuck to make you better. I give a fuck to make me better. Damn you with a passion, nigga. Real deal. Fuck you with a passion. I could care less about you physically or mentally, but it's like, gang, truly, this conversation has no meaning. Yeah, this conversation has no meaning. It has no substance. Well, it has substance, but it's like, I don't feel like giving it to you. Cause then I gotta explain in over detail, and now I feel like I'm a teacher, and I'm not your fucking teacher. I'm not your fucking teacher. So back to the bullshit. Paranormal, nigga. Back to it. Real deal, but man, I ain't lying. Brother, check me out. Like, y'all ever been to a haunted house or a haunted tunnel? The only haunted house I ever been to was straight kind of like, what the fuck, 13 Gates. I want to go to Fright Trail so bad, but it's like, son, shit don't ever be lining up correctly to me, son. That's why I just stopped playing and shit, dude. Like, it got to a point to where nigga used to be playing and shit, and then when the time come for the shit to happen, it's so much shit that it got in the way to playing shit, and then I just be like, man, it's so much money to do this little shit, like, fuck that. You hear me? Like, fuck that shit, bro. It just damn near don't be worth it. Like, I thought as I got older and I evolved physically beyond what I used to be, nigga, I thought I was gonna be like one of them people that was in the movies, you know, like how they always going out every weekend and how they always got something going on and they friend group out. I thought I was gonna be that type of individual. It turns out I truly give a fuck about none of that. I could care less about it. Honestly. Nigga, if you ask me what I want to do on the weekend, I damn near probably want to either stay in or fuck. That's all I want to do. Stay in or fuck or make a vid, because if I make a vid, nigga, I got something to talk about, you know? Like shit, I just talk to myself, cause regardless, I'm gonna talk to myself every day. So fuck it, might as well just damn throw it on the count, and I remember this moment later down the line. But yeah, I want to go to Fright Trail or something like that. You know, like it just seemed real fun. 13 Gates was a letdown. Yeah, it was a letdown, and I told you why. If you truly, I don't recall the video I told you in, but it was just a letdown, son. Real deal, it was a letdown. I want to do something that's kind of like an escape room too, but at the same time, you got to be kind of really genius to pass an escape room. Cause an escape room, you gotta really be observative, and you gotta be kind of like genius level for thinking. You feel me? And you can't go with no dumb niggas. You can't go high as hell. You can't go just with no stupid bitches. You gotta go with a posse of people that's kind of like they there, you know, not geeks, people that's fun to be around, but they gotta be somewhat there, bro. Like, or that shit not gonna be fun. Y'all gonna be sitting in that hole just lost, and then the people gonna be giving you hints. You must raise your pencil and write 3, you know, and he pretty much just saying lift the pencil, it's the key under the pencil, you know, like y'all just gonna be sitting in there dumb as hell. I never been to a corn maze neither. I think corn mazes will be fun, but yeah, I think I was finna say creepy, but they not really creepy. For the fuck. Hey gang, hey, investigate that picture a little more. Look at the end of the hallway. Do you see those people? Do you see those people? Zoom in, nigga. The fuck, zoom in. You see them people at the end, cuz? I just peeped them. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Is this little girl finna go in this hole? Then I look at the hole. I'm like, boy, that is people down there. Look like a mama and a daddy. One taller, one shorter. Is that your parents? What the fuck? Yeah, that just made this picture a little bit more eerie. Yeah, this picture is a little bit more detailed than I thought. God damn. Then she got all these little numeric numbers wrote on them. I don't know what is them numbers. Yeah, well, do I give a fuck? Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. I be saying a lot of shit that I don't really give a fuck about. Like, you might think I give a damn about half the shit I say, but I truly don't care. The shit that I be giving a fuck about, you probably will never hear, because then it sound like I'm preaching. But back to it, though. Man, yeah, I want to go to a corn maze or whatever. Go to a corn maze, go through it, and fuck. That's really what I want to do. Like, just kind of duck off somewhere and fuck, you know? Do a little something risque. I'm not the type of risky individual to have sex inside of a store in the mall or we in a public parking lot and it's daylight outside and we just fucking with the doors open, like that's not my type of activity, because if if I can't lock in on you, I'm not gonna be able to perform how I need to perform. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of gonna be half and half. Like, half my attention is in my surroundings and half my attention is in you. Real deal. You get me? But I mean, a little neck wouldn't hurt. But full on, we straight getting active? Nah, hell nah, that ain't my speed, big brother. I gotta be somewhere where I feel comfortable. And I think I would feel comfortable in the corn maze. Yeah. Cause we could easily duck off somewhere to, dead end, kind of slip inside of the corn a little bit and get active. Real deal. It wouldn't take no fucking 3 hours. It'll probably take a smooth 15. Damn near not even. Probably 12. Real deal. Cause shit, nigga, we outside, we in the element. I ain't trying to make this shit all intimate and shit. I'm just trying to make a moment. I'm just trying to make a moment. Damn near trying to. But don't slip up. Moral of the story, my nigga, don't slip up. Don't get now ugly bitch pregnant. Hey, that wasn't the moral of the story, dude. This was about paranormal activity. We're a duh. Hey, I don't care about paranormal activity. Don't slip up. Don't always wear rubber because it takes away from the fun, gang. Get a little risky, but make sure you ain't fucking no ugly shit. I prioritize that with a passion. I could give a fuck less about any nigga that got 3 digits worth of bodies, gang. They not all pressure packs. And that's what I prioritize most than anything. Because if I ever slip up and the female ever be like, she don't want to give up the baby, my nigga, I'm gonna be mad, but at the same time, I got this pressure pack in my life 4L, gangster. So it's damn near like I slipped up, but I didn't slip up. That's why I say, nigga, fuck firecrackers. Real deal, firecrackers, gangster. Fuck that mid shit, nah, gang. Mid shit can eat. They can, they can slop it up. But when it come down to getting the action, boy, you better be proud of that. Like, you better be real deal proud of that, nigga. Like, if somebody expose your messages with her, nigga, tell them expose the face card. And then see how fucking dumb they look. Real deal. Nigga, that's a firecracker. But that's enough for me, gang. And frankly, I'm tired of looking at you. You not that appealing to look at. Goodbye. Man, y'all know how I get, though, dick. Man, fuck with me. Don't fuck without me, bitch. I'm gone.